אשר יפתח בשם והיה in a few minutes' time there's going to be the ceremony and a choir, so you won't be able to dance in a few minutes' time. But you will be able to dance for the next few minutes. And that's your opportunity to warm yourselves up a bit. So please, find someone you don't know and start dancing. Come on, Iva. Oseh Shalom, even though sing a long time. Hu Yaseh Shalom Aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'imru. Let's see you sing it. 1, 2, 3. Oseh, just the drums. Shalom, shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael. If you haven't worked it out by now, just remember the only way to keep warm is to move. באמצע המדבר, עוד לא ציירתי פרח, עוד לא גיליתי איך, תובילותי הדרך, ולאן אני הולך, עוד לא ראיתי די, הרוח והשמש, על פניי, עוד לא אמרתי די, ואם לא עכשיו, ואם מתי. Thank you for your patience. Apparently the mayor is on his way. Perhaps he needs to cycle a little faster. שער בוכה, רק אלוהים שומע. אדם נופל לפני שהוא שוקע בתפילה קטנה חוטאת את הדממה את ישראל אלוהי אתה כל יכול נתת לי את חיי נתת לי הכל בעיניי דמעה הלב בוכה בשקט כשהלב שותק הנשמה זועקת שמע ישראל אלוהי עכשיו אני לבד חזק אותי אלוהי עשה שלא אבחר בעיניי דמעה הלב בוכה בשקט כשהלב שותק הנשמה זועקת שמע ישראל אלוהי עכשיו אני לבד חזק אותי אלוהי עשה שלא אבחר ואין לי אף לבלוע עשה שיגמר לא נותר בי כוח דמעה הלב בוכה בשקט כשהלב שותק הנשמה דואגת שמע ישראל אלוהי עכשיו אני לבד חזק אותי אלוהי עשה שלא אבחר הכאב גדול ואין לי עד למרוח עשה שיגמר כי לא נותר בי כוח dedicated to the credit crunch.
the Ambassador of the State of Israel, Mr. Mayor Boris Johnson, Deputy Mayor Richard Barnes, Rabbi Rosenfeld, Rabbi Sudak, and Rabbi Overlander, lords, ladies, members of Parliament, members of the London Assembly, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we're delighted to welcome you to London's largest ever Hanukkah celebration. And it gives me great pleasure to invite Vice President of the Jewish Leadership Council, Lord Janner, to open the proceedings.
Thank you very, very much. Ladies and gentlemen, first, where is Boris Johnson? Well, can we welcome... Oh, there he's over there. Are you coming up, Boris? He's coming up and we must give him a very warm welcome. He's a wonderful man. Here he comes. Hey, there he is. He's a wonderful man. And we thank him so very much, don't we, for coming here to be our guest of honor today. So give him a cheer. We're proud he's our guest of honor at this magnificent menorah lighting, which I understand is the largest in the whole world. I also thank the London Jewish Forum, the London Menorah Council, Chabad, the Jewish Leadership Council, and the Community Security Trust for all the work they have done for this fantastic project. And please join me in cheering them. Hooray! The Festival of Hanukkah is, of course, a very special family occasion full of meaning and symbolism, particularly relevant for the world today. And we Jewish families light our menorahs each of the 8 nights to remember the time in our history when we had to fight for the freedom to practice our religion, and when there were those who fought extremely hard to prevent us from doing so. Well, luckily, we won. Thankfully, our enemies did not succeed. By lighting the menorah here in Trafalgar Square, we recognize, we rejoice in our responsibility to join with others to make sure that people of all faiths and none are free to express their beliefs without fear in this great land. That's right, isn't it? And we must all come together to do this. It's vital for the future of us all, Jew and non-Jew alike, that we win this battle. London, our wonderful and extraordinary city, is of course certainly not immune to such threats, but we are all proud of its considerable diversity, aren't we, everybody? Hey. And we all welcome the brilliant Olympics and Paralympics to London, as shown by the countdown here in Trafalgar Square, a time when we will all come together to share the magnificent experience of the 2012 London Games. So I join with the Mayor and with the Rabbanim in wishing you all Chag Chanukah Sameach, a very happy Hanukkah, and may we always, please, always meet again on Simchas.
Thank you very much, Greville. The Lubavitch Foundation pioneered the idea of public Hanukkah lightings, and we're delighted to have partnered with them in putting today's event together, which is why I'm particularly pleased to ask Rabbi Benzi Tzudak, Chief Executive of Lubavitch Foundation UK, to say a few brief words.
Good evening, everybody. Happy Hanukkah! Let's warm up the square. Happy Hanukkah! That's better. Right here to my left is a 30-foot tall symbol of religious freedom. And as Lord Janner said so eloquently about Hanukkah being a celebration of our victory over the ancient Greek rulers who tried to take away our freedom to practice our religion, this holiday of Hanukkah and a menorah represents a victory of freedom over oppression. In the centuries since Hanukkah, the world has made great progress. In fact, today the world in this regard is better than it ever was in history. And this year, there are giant menorahs such as this one around in over 70 countries around the world, something which would not have been imaginable only 30 years ago. So this menorah reminds us how we have to respect this freedom, where everyone is free to practice their religion without coercion. A freedom that as Jewish citizens of this country, we are blessed with in abundance. Tonight, we will begin the celebration of Hanukkah by lighting one candle, but tomorrow night, that candle will no longer be enough. We will be lighting two, and on Thursday, a third, because a human being by nature has to grow, never being satisfied with the progress made until now. If God gives me another day, I must light another candle in this world. But it's not just light. This menorah happens to be an LED lit menorah, but the real menorah has to be lit by flame, which is why we have menorah kits being distributed. Please take one home with you or give it to a friend. The reason why we celebrate with a flame is because it not only illuminates a dark place, it warms it up. So our job is to light up the faces of our fellow citizens and warm up their hearts. Let us take the light and the warmth of this menorah and do our bit to illuminate and warm up the rest of the country. Happy Hanukkah, and thank you very much.
Adrian Cohen, Chairman of the London Jewish Forum.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Jeremy. Thank you very much, Rabbi Sudak. Welcome everyone to Hanukkah in Trafalgar Square. Hanukkah Sameach. It's great to see so many Londoners here, both Jewish and also from the wider community, to celebrate the first night of the Festival of Lights. The Forum is very proud of its role in ensuring the continuation of the fine tradition of lighting this Chanukiah in the square, working with our partners, working with Chabad and the Jewish Leadership Council, as well of course City Hall and the Mayor, to make all of this happen. On such occasions, of course, we should give a special thanks to the Community Security Trust, who do so much to protect our community, but on this occasion have additionally played a major role in organising the logistics. One can think of no better way than to brighten up a dark winter's evening and to push back the dark clouds of Hellenism and the continuing legacy of the Seleucid Greeks, and I'm not talking about the Eurozone crisis, but to have our very own mayor of this great city of ours, Mr. Boris Johnson. Some would say Boris is truly a modern-day Maccabean warrior. And therefore, how appropriate that he should light the first lamp of Chanukah. And therefore, it's a great pleasure that I introduce our Mayor, Boris Johnson.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much. Adrian, I'm delighted to be here again at this lighting of the menorah. And this time, it is not only the largest menorah in the world, it is of course a clean, green, LED, low-carbon menorah. The cleanest, greenest low-carbon menorah in the world. And as some of you may know, I'm determined to make our city ever cleaner and greener, and to that end we are bringing onto our streets a new generation Routemaster style bus which will go 11.6 miles to the gallon. It is the cleanest, greenest bus in Europe already, ladies and gentlemen, and yesterday I'm afraid it became cleaner and greener still because it came to a halt on the M1 because someone had unaccountably forgotten to fill it with diesel. So it was emitting no carbon whatever. But that bus was soon roaring back into life, and I have no doubt whatever that in a few moments, whatever our anxieties about complicated green technology, this wonderful menorah will burst into light too, just as I know that this city is going to come through this recession. If we have confidence, ladies and gentlemen, because I think the light of this menorah symbolises our confidence in our city, doesn't it? And if we have confidence in our city, and if we invest in our city, and if we shop in local shops, and by the way, may I say I'm given to understand that Gabby's, a local shop just over there, is in need of your custom in these dark times. Don't forget to give Gabby's. I thought that all our shops in London, if we invest in our shops, if we invest in our businesses, if we take on apprentices where we can, I urge as many of you as possible to take on our young people in these tough economic times. If we invest in our city and its future, then I have absolutely no doubt that just as Simon Maccabee of that famous Scottish branch of the ancient Hebrews, just as Simon Maccabee overcame Antiochus, this city is going to come through the dark times, and this city will come through the recession ever stronger. The light we light tonight symbolises not just our economic confidence and our confidence in our city, but of course the immense contribution made by the Jewish community to London, for which the immense contribution that you continue to make to our city and to our city's future, and for which I thank you very much indeed. Happy Hanukkah, everybody.
I'm delighted to introduce Chairman of the Community Security Trust, Member of the Jewish Leadership Council, Gerald Ronson.
Thank you, Boris, for those warm words and indeed for joining us here today. I'd like to say just what an honour it is for the Jewish community to have the Mayor of London at one of London's greatest landmarks to join us on the first night of Hanukkah to light what must be the world's biggest menorah. I'm proud that this event is now an annual fixture firmly in the Jewish calendar. Indeed, it's also firmly in the London calendar, a moment of which this great city can indeed be truly proud. Shortly, we will light the menorah. The lights of the menorah are symbolic. They represent the freedom of the Jewish people. Looking around tonight, it's hard to imagine that there was a time when Jews were denied the freedom of others. England recognised that injustice and became one of the first countries to grant Jews full emancipation, granting us all the freedoms we currently enjoy today. And I think it's fair to say that as a community, we have always remained grateful and have contributed to every aspect of British civil life. Indeed, the law of the land is law, is a principle which means that as Jewish citizens, we are religiously obligated to recognise the jurisdiction of the land we reside in. Boris, you've always done your bit to ensure that as a community, we need never compromise our religious obligations in order to be faithful citizens of England. On this Festival of Light, there is a tradition to eat foods cooked in oil, to recognise the miracle of the long-lasting lights in the temple. Please make sure that you enjoy the donuts that are being circulated. You can take it home on a famous Boris bike to work off those extra calories. I'm pleased to say that you are finally safe from being cut up by any bendy buses. Before I stop, I want to thank everyone who worked so hard to make this event happen. I'm delighted that the JLC has taken the responsibility for putting this occasion together, working in partnership with our colleagues at the London Jewish Forum, CST, and of course my good friends, the Chabad Lubavitch. Happy Hanukkah, and thank you all for being here to share this wonderful occasion. We'll now go and light the menorah.
So welcome to the first night of Hanukkah. We're going to have a countdown to the Shamus, the attendant light which will go on, and then we'll do the three blessings, and then the first light for the first night will go on. Are we ready, gentlemen?
You ready? Are you ready? Yeah. 10,
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go!
Baruch atah Hashem Elokeinu melech haolam Asher kiddishanu b'mitzvotav V'etzivanu lahadlik ner shel Chanukah Baruch atah Hashem Elokeinu melech haolam She'asa nisim la'avoteinu Bayamim hahem bazeman hazeh Baruch atah Hashem Elokeinu melech haolam sheyecheyanu v'kiyemanu v'higiyanu lazeman Hanerot halalu. Join in if you know it. Join in if you don't. Halalu anachnu madlikin al hanisim ve'al hateshuvot ve'al hamiflaot she'asita lavoteinu הגדול על ניסיך ועל ישועתך ועל נפלאותיך Let's go! מעצו ישועתי לך נאה לשבח Tikkun tefilati v'shamtalon lezareach li'etachin mateach mitzar hamenabeach hazekmo b'shir mizmor Hanukkah hamizbeach Sabanafshi b'yagod kofi chala Chayai mereru Aleti, Ovan, Gates, Iglani, Gizaim, Aleti, Bien, Ralmasati, Kimache, Abati, Gates, Laven, Jerudaven, Lekeship, Inoshati, Kerot, Veros Vikesh, Agagir and Andata, Veniata, the Lemokesh, Megamato, Nishmata, Oshminini Seta, Niavishno, Marita, Robana, Tekinyana, Aestalita, Yevani, Betsu, Azimir, Mehazani, Ufaritsu, Vomos, Mikalai, Betima, Huitolasmanim, Uilino, Karkalkanim, Nasanes, Veshojanim, Venegina, Yeveshona, Shilorenanim, Venegina, Yeveshona,
We'll be hearing more from Lionel and the Shabbaton Choir in a moment, but it gives us particular pleasure to invite His Excellency Daniel Taub, the Ambassador of the State of Israel, to address us.
Thank you, Jeremy. Mayor Johnson, Deputy Mayor, leaders of the Jewish community, Rabbanim and friends. Happy Hanukkah and Shalom from Israel. How fantastic to be here in this magnificent square commemorating the Battle of Trafalgar 200 years ago and remembering another great battle that took place 2,000 years ago. And tonight, the first night of Hanukkah, is particularly special. We say that there was a jar of oil that lasted for 8 days, so we have 8 days of miraculous nights. But what was the miracle of the first night? There was oil to last one night. What was the miracle? And a friend of mine, an old kibbutznik in Israel, gave me a wonderful answer. He said the real miracle was that the Maccabees had the courage and the vision and the faith to use that little jar of oil. It didn't look like it would last, but even in that dark moment they did whatever they could, and that is what led to the miracle. And in the dark years of our history, both as a people and as a state, it is the Maccabees of every generation who have taken that step forwards, who have had the courage to use that small flask of oil that have started the light that has glowed and spread to our miracles as a people and our miracles as a state. May that light continue to spread, continue to burn to the whole of the world. Happy Hanukkah and Shalom to you all.
Thank you very much, Ambassador. We're now going to pass back to the Shabbaton Choir, who, once they're finished singing Adon Olam, the Ambassador and the Mayor will hand out Hanukkah gelt to a group of children from all sections of London's Jewish community.
So Chazan Johnny Turgle, Shabbaton Choir, Uzi Chitman's Adon Olam. Let's hear it from you too, guys. וחץ אותו זי מלך שמו נקרא ואחרי ככלות הכל לבדו ימלוך נורא והוא היה והוא הווה והוא יהיה בתפארה עוד עולם השם מלך בטרם כל יציר נברא לעת נשא וחץ אותו הזי מלך שמו נקרא ואחרי ככלות הכל לבדו ימלוך נורא והוא היה והוא הווה בתפארה והוא הווה והוא יהיה בתפארה והוא אחד ואין שני להמשילו להכבירה בלי ראשית בלי תכלית ולא העוז והמשרה והוא אלי וחי גואלי לצורכם לי והיית שרה והוא ניסי ומען אשלי מנת כוסי ביום אדון עולם השם הלך בטרם כל יציר נברא לעת נשא וחצו כל הזי מלך שמו נקרא ואחרי ככלות הכל לבדו ימלוך נורא הוא היה והוא הווה והוא יהיה בתפארה אדון עולם השם הלך בטרם כל יציר נברא לעת נשא וחצו כל הזי מלך שמו נקרא ואחרי ככלות הכל לבדו ימלוך נורא והוא היה והוא הווה בתפארה והוא הווה והוא יהיה בתפארה אחרי ככלות הכל לבדו ימלוך נורא והוא היה והוא הווה והוא יהיה בתפארה אדון עולם השם מלך בטרם כל יציר נברא לעת נשא וחצו כל הזי מלך שמו נקרא אחרי ככלות הכל לבדו ימלוך נורא והוא היה והוא הווה בתפארה והוא הווה והוא יהיה Oseh Shalom Bimromav, God who makes peace in the highest of heavens, may He make peace for us on earth, for us and for all Israel, and indeed peace in all this fractured world. And let us say, Amen. Oseh Shalom Bimromav. Shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'maromav, u'yaseh shalom, shalom Israel, Yaakov Israel, Imaru, Amen. Oseh Shalom, Shalom Yirah, Uyaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu, Yaakov Israel.
The formal part of today's proceedings. We'd like to thank you for turning up and being such a wonderful crowd. We invite you to remain in the square, enjoy the music from our band, the Shama, and there's plenty more donuts being handed around. Thank you very much once again, and we'll leave you in the hands of the Shama.
יבנים נקבצו עליי, אזי בפני חשמנים, ופרצו חמד חמד מגדולי, המתימו כל השמנים. יבנים נקבצו עליי, אזי בפני חשמנים, ופרצו חמד חמד מגדולי, המתימו כל השמנים. ופינות הקנקנים, Tassening so shani, venei vinai mei smana, apusirunani, domina takalkani. Tassening so shani, venei vinai mei smana, apusirunani. Via la Chua, via la Bosa,